In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, my dear friends, once again, section 3 of IELTS speaking test with a bit of feedback as well. So the topics are very simple and very interesting as well. Historic places is the first one. So let's get started. Straight away, I'm going to ask the questions and you will give the answer. The first question is, how do people in your country feel about protecting historic buildings?
Thank you for the question. I believe people in my country would like to protect and preserve such historic buildings, except a few people who put business ahead of anything else, like their morality and their rational thinking. Due to huge public backlash and uh, outcry, there were moments when the authority was forced to demolish their plan to build multi-storied commercial buildings by removing historical buildings.
Excellent answer. I mean, you used fancy vocabulary in the part 3, rational, backlash, outcrying, demolish, commercial buildings. So all that stuff really help you acquire good band scores. Your answer actually is of 7 band scores, mashallah, and best of luck. Okay, I'm going to ask you the same question from the second candidate, please. So the next question is, what do you think will happen to the historic places or buildings in the future and why?
In the future, I think some historic places will be preserved if people continue to value their cultural importance. However, it damages or lost due to modernization and
Lack of care.
lack of care. And it really depends on how much effort is made on culture and historical places.
All right, thank you very much. A good answer, a good length of answer. That's great. One, if you're going to speak like this, you'll earn 6.5 band scores. All right. Your question is tricky one. Do you think an area or a place can benefit from having an interesting historic place locally, or in what way?
Actually, I am certain that it can benefit us more. Like we can attract many visitors from abroad, and we can from every state of Pakistan, as we like, and it provides more jobs like. Sites of the buildings and shops, hotels, restaurants, and and tourist guides also. And it is and it feels proud of the if you are a local of that area. And if we care about that buildings, that if not any storm and tsunami hit that, so we can
That's very important to notice that if there is a historic place somewhere around any locality, so the people of that area can benefit from the tourist culture, the tourists from across the world,
Yeah.
because they'll visit and they will also spend money. They will bring some foreign exchange. It will help boost their economy,
Yeah.
and they will also feel settled and more strengthened
Yeah.
in that area. That's great. Thank you. Your answer also carries approximately 6.5 band scores. My next question is about the methodology of teaching history. How were you told or taught rather history when you were at school, college, or university?
Okay, at school, our teacher mainly taught us from textbooks or course-related topics. But apart from that, our teacher also explained uh, often some special events or personalities like Quaid-e-Azam, our national poet, or Lama Iqbal, our national poet, Quaid-e-Azam, the founder of Pakistan, and the founder of two-nation theory, Sir Ahmad Khan. About 3 to 4 times in a year, our school authority took us to historical places like Minare Pakistan Museum, Lahore Museum, and Ziyarat Residency of Quaid-e-Azam in Balochistan. So overall, we have learned about many things our ancestors and to which we belong to in our past. So it's also important for our future to go further. We have to learn about our past first.
Yeah, interesting. But there should be an inclusion of methodology that people should be taken to the interesting historical places themselves. If Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, for example, these places are
Yes.
here in Pakistan, if they're being taught in the classroom, why not? The students are taken to those places for practical enlightenment and understanding about those places themselves.
Well, to take student on weekends, that can be very expensive. So on equation, some special equation, they took student to places like that, as you have said. So for some schools, they took their children's twice a month, you can say.
That's great, brilliant. Thank you. Next question is: are there any other methodologies people can learn from apart from studying at school? Yes, please. And how they can be exercised?
I believe reading about history and researching them online is the best way to learn more about it. What we learn about history in our school is just a beginning. Truly explore past, we need to read a lot of books, and book choices are based on the interest of the readers. Internet is an amazing tool that help us to explore our past, and we found interactive video on different website are truly helpful to explore. We can To explore past, we can travel and see the world in which we lived, where different people are living, and different civilizations.
All right, thank you very much. You are trying to do your level best, but sometimes you are breaking and you are thinking for a while. Sometimes you are having the problem of language, and other times you have the problem of thought or the content, the ideas. So you need to work harder for achieving more band scores. My very last question would be: do you think that history would still be a part or a subject to be taught at schools in future?
History is not just about the past event, but it understands the future of the child, and history will include in the subject of school, in this subject of school. And more people learn about the history because history understand the future of the child, and some events that are occur in the past, like how Pakistan are developed and made by the Qaizadam. Because history include in history we learn about different events and different cultures, because
Shabash,
history is important in the schools.
Thank you very much. You need to strengthen your content and your language as well. Work harder on it. Record your stuff before giving a presentation here, and just listen to it again and again. This is my method, which I keep suggesting students. Whatever you have learned, just question yourself and answer yourself, and record it, and see the recording afterwards. You will see that lots of work will be there. Lots of grammar mistakes sometimes pronunciation problem. You will detect and diagnose yourself, and you will also rectify them by yourself. Okay, my question would be, the first question: how do people in your country feel about protecting historic buildings?
People in my country generally feel that protecting historical places is important, because they represent our culture. Other people think that they are important for today's purposes in future, and that they help us in our economy, increase our economy.
Yeah, they are a major source. They can turn out to be a major source of tourism, the tourism in any country, if it is increasing, it will also increase the prosperity of that country. It will bring lots of foreign exchange, and that country will turn out to be very rich ultimately. That's great. The first topic is over. Let's start talking about the second topic now. Yes, my dear friends, the next topic is about online reviews, an interesting topic, undoubtedly. And there are certain questions, and I will ask you one question each from all the candidates, and you will have to respond accordingly. I told you about the method of teaching, method of giving answers to the questions of part three. It's a multi-pronged formula. Number one is you have to give the factual information or opinion. And number two, you will also give the reason, one reason or multiple reasons. And number three is example, and number four is explanation if it is possible. So if roughly speaking, you have got this methodology in your mind, it will be damn easy for you to give the answer or respond accordingly for better band scores in IELTS speaking module. Okay, the first question is about online reviews. What kinds of things do people write online reviews about in your country?
Giving online reviews is a widespread thing in my country nowadays, and because buying and selling things online has become very popular. People like to buy things online, and they mostly give reviews about the food they eat at a restaurant, or about the clothes they bought from different brands, and they also give reviews about grocery they have bought from different places. I personally like to give reviews about anything I have bought or any food I have ate on any restaurant.
So you have yourself given reviews sometimes?
Yes.
Okay, in the past, the reviews were good or bad?
Some reviews were.
It depended actually
yes,
on the
it depends
circumstances
on.
and on the services.
Yes.
If they were pretty good, you appreciate it. And if otherwise, you perhaps criticize them.
Yes, of course.
Okay, fantastic. The next question is, why do some people write online reviews? Why do?
People write online reviews to share their good and bad experiences that help people to make decisions and also provide feedback to business.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Okay. So this is, you must have given one example in it. That, for example, I recently visited Carrefour. It's an international brand which sells groceries and everything. So my experience was pretty good. I was given a good service there, and therefore I wrote a very good and positive review about them. And it is also enlightening for all the future customers. They can understand, from my opinion, what has been my experience, and they would like to. I also gave some suggestions, and it was really important for me to guide future customers about reaching there and buying stuff from there. So it could have been a personal experience or some example. Exemplification is important for prolonging the answer in part three. Great. The next question is, do you think that online reviews are good for both shoppers and companies?
Yes, I think online reviews are good for both shoppers and companies.
Shoppers means buyers.
Yes.
Okay.
Shoppers get help in choosing the right product, and companies get feedback to improve their product. And positive reviews brings more customer, and negative reviews shows where they need to improve.
Fantastic. That's great. Thank you. My next question would be, why do you think it might be like to work in a customer service job? What do you think it might be like to work in a customer service job? Yes.
Working in a customer service care means like solving the problems and the issues of customers.
Of course.
Yeah, and the main part is to solve their problems and questions. And sometimes the customers are very happy and be good, but sometimes it may be a very stressful because the customers are very frustrated. It can be very difficult when there are many customers at the same time, but we have to polite at every time, and we have to listen
But
customers.
customers should be given the priority by the companies
Yeah.
if they want to run their company very well,
Yeah.
and they want to have future lots and lots of customers.
Yeah, it feel like a customer is herding carefully and good. It is the main part, and it's need to be a very good listener and a problem solving. You have to solve the
Yeah, there
problem of
should be
customer very
problem
fast.
solving skill with the department of with the desk of customer service. Do you agree that customers are more likely to complain nowadays?
These days, it's easier to complain than before, but still, there are limited number of complaints. But that doesn't mean they are that companies are providing good products. But people believe they don't get any feedback related to their complaint. So instead of complaining, customer don't use company products, so they'll just let go their items that has something issue with it. So instead of complaining, they don't react. That's what.
Okay, fantastic. Last but not the least, I would like to start from question number one, and it is about what kinds of things do people write online reviews about in your country?
6 as well.
Yes, how important it is for companies to take all customer complaints seriously?
I have read somewhere that the principle on which a business should conduct its business is that the customer are always right, even it's actually fault of the customer. So from that point of view, it is absolutely necessary that company take the customer complaint seriously, and seriously. Beside customer complaint can also help the company to improve their products, rather than other competitor companies.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. The next question would be, what kinds of things do people write online reviews about in your country?
Online review is rather widespread in my country because most people nowadays buying or selling on attempt online. And secondly, in my country, most people like online review on attempt their buys like shirts or pants, and they visit sometime hotel and eat some food like they are tasty. They write online review about the food, they are goods in that hotel, and sometimes they are bad. They also write the bad foods they are in that hotel.
Yes, that's right. At a glance, you can see in part three of the speaking module, this speaking test, part three is a two-way discussion or detailed discussion, or 5 to 7 questions are asked, and questions are mostly based on the cue card topic, candidates, task card topic, etc. And sometimes it's a different one. The tips are, try to spout your answers with examples and reasons, as I told you about. If you don't add examples and reasons, your answer will be short, but lengthy answers are expected from you guys. Also give lengthy and comprehensive answers. So it's important for you if you want to succeed in part three of the speaking module of IELTS. Thank you very much, guys, girls, everybody. You did a good job. You are trying your best. Keep on working hard for your further success in life. Thank you.